Are the teeth clean?
So you would assume that we would have the most dangerous of people in maximum, the slightly less dangerous in those moving down in medium, and the least dangerous in minimum. And you'd be wrong.
After 30 years of incarceration, that's something that I never assumed. 13 months ago, I was released out into the community, and I'm part of the criminal justice system doing education now. I'm working in the sector. And so I wondered, how is it that even Canada's politicians, even their well-informed politicians, came to this mistaken conclusion? So I went to talk to my former warden, Glenn Brown, and he came up with what I thought was a pretty insightful answer as to why people are transferred to minimum security and then why they are then released out into the community on parole from those settings.
For the most part, offenders who are released on parole do well. 80% are successful, and the number that reoffend violently is very, very low. The ones that are not granted parole, that are released in the federal system on statutory release, their failure rate is quite high.
Wow.
But it's due largely to their failure to meet the conditions of their release rather than a return to crime. So if, for instance, someone's got a history of addiction, they're released with a condition not to use drugs or alcohol, the likelihood is that some of them they're going to relapse and they're going to return to jail for that relapse.
A pretty insightful answer. Rather than releasing people directly from maximum and high medium security penitentiaries, rather than putting them back into Canadian neighborhoods high, homeless, and horny, a better idea is to release them from minimum security, where an 80% success rate helps people to come back into society, to come onto the winning team. And even those 20% who reoffend, as Warden Brown just said, the majority of them reoffend against their parole conditions. Are there outliers on that? Absolutely. Once in a while, an asteroid hits the planet Earth. But it seems like a better idea to live our life looking at the jar 80% full. You know who I am. I'm the face of public education. I asked someone who's in the correctional system why they put people into minimum security. I thought Warden Brown's answer was very insightful. Stay tuned. I have more questions to ask people about why things are the way they are in the correctional system.